We were just talking about the island and how it connects you with God. I guess how when you're here you can connect with God as it's like a base, isn't it? Well, it's the thin space is the phrase. Yeah. But we're saying it doesn't necessarily feel different to other places. There are some places I've been to that you think, ooh, but still, you put the work in and you find God is here and in the spaces in between.
Yeah, it's a very ordinary place.
Yeah.
And there isn't a lot of pretension to it.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think the island creates that space to meet with God because of the simplicity. Because most distractions are gone.
Yeah.
And even the distractions of here's an impressive monastery and here's that's not here.
It's not here.
No, it's a very humble, smelly.
There's lots of
room, and the chapel stinks, and it's not a nice building. The prayer room, it's unimpressive.
Yeah.
But I find that in its unimpressiveness, it is therefore impressive. It almost feels like one of the things I've really loved about it is that it is unassuming. That it is just so simple.
I'm intrigued by its history, that the fact it was such a significant, I was talking with Jane earlier, how it was such a significant pilgrimage point. Was it that the Pope made 3 visits here, the same as a visit to Rome? Was that Middle Ages?
Yeah.
So I find that fascinating because you think, well, there's no one and it's nowhere.
Yeah.
But there was, at that point the monastery was here, wasn't it? I think that's around 13th century.
Yeah.
But it's kind of odd, this obscure little island. And it had such a significance.
Its tales of miracles are very earthy. Like the islanders got really sick drinking the water, and one of the monks said, "Here, give me some milk," and poured milk into the well or to the spring, and the water was cured. It's a real Celtic, rich, Elijah-like kind of heritage in this land.
It's amazing.
But it's very kind of earthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know if I'm describing that very well, Neil.
I don't know either.
No.
So do you come here often?
Yes, I come. So I come here 3 weeks a year, and I've been doing that for the last 10 years or so. And usually to serve as chaplain, occasionally holiday with the family, or like we've done this week, which
lads,
is with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple of weeks in the summer months, like together, 2 weeks together to serve as chaplain.
Right. And the chaplaincy work is with the handful of people that live here most of the year, and then the day visitors.
Yeah, I find the work that I do is particularly with the day visitors.
Yeah.
So I hang out at the cafe and I meet all kinds of visitors from all over the world.
Yeah.
So on the way up yesterday, I met a guy. He goes, do you remember me? I said, yes, we spoke down at the cafe, which is was a bit of a guess as well as a... Well, that's obvious.
I don't remember you at all, but...
I meet people down there. But he was from Germany. I've met people from India who visited the island, Australia, Norway. And so I meet a lot of day visitors who come over and then do kind of like services and night prayer for those who live on the island or who stay on the island. And it's quite a pastoral role as well, so I'm listening to people a lot. I'm offering to pray for people a lot.
So do you find people are coming here on pilgrimage, or they come in here as tourists? Because it's big for the bird watching and stuff, isn't it, and the nature? Because it's an isolated space. Nature's kind of developed.
So people who want to get off grid, nature lovers who want to just to soak in.
Yeah, and there's a lot to soak in.
And then people who would come because of a spiritual dimension, be that pilgrimage or be that spiritual seeker, so be it Wiccas or Druids or people who are just not sure, you know, in terms of that there's something but they don't know what.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the pilgrimage thing I find very interesting, that the journey is expressing that spiritual search, isn't it? So people to be coming to places like this, they're not quite sure what they think, but they're just drawn to it, or they see that this has been a place of spiritual destination.
Yeah.
Because it's like as human beings, we need something physical to connect, to root our faith, isn't it? I've been there, and that helps. This makes sense now. It shouldn't do, but it does.
It does, yeah.
And not everyone needs that, do they? But we do often need a place, whether it's our church building or a pilgrimage spot of some definition that helps us define it. I go to Greenbelt fairly regularly, and for a lot of people, that's their spiritual point in the year, when they get filled up again and re-grounded in God and everything. Yeah. So we do seem to need, as human beings, that space, don't we? That spot, places. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So I think one of the reasons, I think Bardsy's going to feature. Very thankful to Chris for the invite, because I think Bardsey, the spaces that it has afforded has become, I believe, special to me, even in just the week that we've been here. And it's a place that I think I'd like to grow with in future as well.
Yeah.
So,
I guess if you tune into a spot, the next time you come back, you tune in easier. It's like this is why we talk about rhythms of prayer at our place, and like the Lord's Prayer, you do it so much that you do it without thinking.
Yeah.
And then you remember that you're meant to be thinking about it. And then when times are hard, you can do it without thinking, and it anchors you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it gives you an autopilot in a good sense, that guides you at the times when you're not strong enough or you're too confused to guide yourself. And so a place like this, if it becomes one of your connecting points, it shortcuts a lot of that stuff. I've got to see God, and I just don't know where to begin. I'm here.
Yeah.
It just seems to happen.
Yeah.
So having places like that and rhythms like that, it's good, isn't it? You've got all these roots then to God, back to God, haven't you? When times are hard, or when you need to be having a deeper conversation. Yeah,
It's good. What's been one of your highlights of the week? What's been
for me? I think I like the space.
Other than
obviously
meeting me, obviously, like that was kind of hanging out with Chris. Maybe
other than the company. Yeah, I've just liked the space, and not having a rhythm at all. Of well, I was saying, I've started a new rhythm this week of not waking up, or waking up and then dozing, which I normally wake up, get up, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's been for me just breaking out. I've got a few bits of things done that I haven't been able to get done, work wise, which has been good. But yeah, the space for me has been the most kind of restoring element of it. You?
Oh, I think I've had a couple of moments, but I think one of the ones that featured that I kind of spread out was the lobstering. I think going out.
Oh yes, he has mentioned this
several times. Gareth, the local farmer and fisherman, lobster and crab fisherman, and went out with him, and I think where in my head it was just going to be a bit of fun, and it was just going to be an experience that I've never had before. Of what's it like to go lobstering, and It had so many layers, some of which I'm still peeling back and unpacking of kind of spiritual moments from the time spent through to, again, God's creation, and just Gareth and his way and his gentleness and his just kind of caring for what he does, as well as for me as a random guy who he just met. It was. So I think that was probably one of the highlights that I will probably forever really hold on to.
Yeah.
Both practically and physically of actually just enjoying it, But then also spiritually, is I think some stuff shifted in me during that trip.
It's funny, isn't it? What God uses just to connect us and nudge us, and show us stuff. And there was a lot about that day that it was a beautiful day as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was absolutely stunning.
If you're happy, if you put a picture in the chat, I'll stick it in.
Absolutely. Oh,
but just the visual of the.
Yeah. It was.
When you're out there with the air and the sound of the water as well, and everything.
It's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. I cannot put into words just how awesome it was. Beautiful, beautiful day. Fun. I mean, it's just,
yeah. What about you, Chris? Have you
I think
been good?
Yeah,
been good for you?
Solitude and silence. I've loved the laughter and the games and the meals, but yesterday I felt that I'd met with God afresh, and quite emotionally, just felt.
Yeah.
Oh, I was able to be honest and real in my prayers, and I was able to create. I was able to forage for some driftwood and for some shells, and it was a beautiful afternoon of encounter with God. I think that has been a highlight of that. It's like little is said into my being, but it's like volumes, and it's like volumes that I'll just keep coming back to, and that will sustain me over the coming months. So I'm very grateful for that time. I've really loved night prayer. It's felt there's a depth to it. It's words and liturgy but some of the songs, some of the silence that I've held, some of the meditation, just that's been a highlight too.
Yeah. It's been good.
Yeah, I've loved it. Yeah.
Well, anything else? Because they probably stopped watching by now.
I was gonna say it's a bit boring now. It's just a couple of guys on the couch.
Yeah. Anyway, but I think I appreciated the invitation, and because I'm of an age now, I've got enough friends. I don't need to meet anyone else, but it's been really good to make some new friends as well.
I'm glad I've been welcomed in. Well, I'm assuming I'm one of the ones. It might not be me. But I
got enough friends. I don't need to meet anyone new anymore. But it's been good. Even though not all of them made it through the week.
Weekends, you know what I mean? Just disappointing, wasn't it?
But it's been good.
What will you take back with you from the island? Like something
physical or spiritual?
Yeah. Like
he's taking you back. He's going to pick you up over his shoulders. Is what I heard. He's going to take you back.
Yeah, that's good.
I think for me there is a almost tangible sense of space, which sounds a bit weird. Yeah,
it's a tangible space.
Yeah, almost tangible nothingness. It's not nothingness; it's space that
I always bring something back. And last year was my cafetiere. I bought a cafetiere exactly the same as the ones we've been using this, because they're indestructible.
Yeah.
And that was a real reminder every day when I made a coffee. Every day, Barty, place of encounter. So it's like, woo. And in that frame of mind, that I can meet with God today.
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking back. But I think I'm gonna take back night prayer. I'm gonna as much as I can. I'm gonna do night prayer with my family.
Cool.
If they're up for it. If not, I think I'm just gonna do something. Myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've. Yeah, there's a few things. I'm gonna take back. So, Chris paints. I don't.
Yeah.
But I try to.
Yeah.
And one of the paintings I think I want to take back, and I think very much my kids will enjoy it. This and the other, but I think actually that little reminder of it, that kind of being able to look at it, and again, it's a painting of a picture I took while I was on the boat. So it's of the island as opposed to of the ocean kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the reverse. So that again, a very special time. But I think also today, actually, hopefully gonna get one more swim in. Hopefully, the weather's looking a bit misty, but we'll see. But in that also, I'd like to. My kids are always constantly collecting bits of wood on walks and stuff like that, and I'd like to see if I can find some for the house for us, but then also for them that could It can just be that like little reminder of Bardsey.
Yeah.
So of the physical, and I think of the spiritually, I think it's more of what I'm not taking back with me, which I'm quite excited about.
Okay.
You know, some of the stuff that I've been able to leave behind that has kind of been lifted off of me. That I'm just like, peace, it's done. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, it's off.
Yeah.
Into the ocean.
Yeah. And it's lost in the depths that are never to be found. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, well, thanks. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. See you if you say goodbye. I'll switch it on.
Bye.
See you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.